Hey guys, and welcome to 9.9 Comics, the Top 5. I'm Kyle, and I have prepared for you the top 5 comics you should buy on New Comic Book Day for August 14th, 2019. Starting with number 5, we have Watcher, number 1 of 3 out of Zenescope Entertainment. Disturbia meets The Conjuring in this new 3-issue horror thriller from Zenescope. A Catholic deacon and his family relocate to a suburban New England home that's long been rumored to be haunted by an evil entity. As his teenage daughter Erica begins to adjust to her new life, her ongoing bouts of sleep paralysis worsen, and she begins to wonder if there really is a presence inside the home. When 2 of Erica's high school friends are brutally murdered, she starts to suspect the creepy neighbor who she's seen watching her through his window. So, what's up with this one is a reason why I made our number 5 pick for this week is it looks like a promising new story, looks like a really good horror, and especially since it's going to be condensed into 3 issues, you can expect every single issue to be packed with good content. Also, this is going to be a short run, only 3 comics, easy to collect. Basically, before you know it, it'll be over with. And also, because it's coming out of Zenescope, this is going to be a lower print than a normal big publisher, and that means an increased rarity. Coming in at our number 4 spot this week, we have White Trees, number 1 of 2, coming out of Image Comics. Miniseries premiere. Acclaimed Daredevil writer Chip Zdarsky teams up with Superstar Runaways artists Chris Anka and Matt Wilson for this spectacular, oversized 2-issue miniseries. In this fantastical world of Black Sand, peace was hard won, and 3 unbending warriors carry the scars to prove it. Now, almost 20 years later, their children are missing and war is on the horizon. Can they put aside their memories of the war and each other for one last adventure? So about this one, we have, of course, like I previously mentioned, Chip Zdarsky writing it, which Chip Zdarsky is a very well-established writer. Also, this is a brand new Image number 1, and Image has a history of releasing very good number 1s. And again, with just like the last comic, this is going to be a mini-series, even shorter mini-series, so that means easier to collect, and more so than the previous comic, there's going to be even more juicy stuff per issue. And then this isn't out of print as of we're recording this, but by the time it's released, it should be out of print, or we expect it to be out of print at least. And our number 3 pick for this week is Show's End, number 1 of 5 out of Mad Cave Studios. Equal parts brutal and beautiful, Show's End takes place in Georgia during the 1920s and follows Loralee? Yes, that's gotta be what it is. A 12-year-old runaway seeking refuge with a traveling group of freak show performers. At first, she isn't welcome for being too ordinary. But what her newfound family doesn't know is that Loralee is hiding a secret more freakish than anyone could ever imagine. So, this comic already has a bit of hype, so it was kind of an easy one to sniff out. Also, this is coming out of Mad Cave, who they don't really put out a lot of series, but what they do put out, a large portion of it blows up and becomes very successful. So they have a very good batting average. Also, just like the other 2 comics, this is going to be a short run, so easy to collect. And again, just like the other 2 comics, this is going to be a low print, so that means an increased rarity. And it's not out of print just yet, but again, by its release, expect it to be out of print. And moving into our number 2 pick, we have Punisher, Kill Crew, number 1 of 5 out of course, Marvel Comics. 1 man, 10 realms, total war. During the War of the Realms, Frank Castle made a promise of vengeance, and Frank Castle keeps his promises. A van full of orphans is about to make that promise a lot more complicated. How does a man kill gods and monsters? I'm pretty sure Frank Castle will find out. So, Punisher Kill Crew number 1 is not only a diamond gem, and just like all the other comics, a short run, only 5 comics coming out for this, but it is also getting a Tony Moore cover A, which who doesn't love Tony Moore's art? Very high detailed. And also, this is going to be a more adult-oriented Punisher story. It's going to be a little bit more gory. It's going to be a little bit more cerebral than just, oh, let's punish. That's what. Let's be honest. That's what we've always wanted. That's what we always want with the Punisher. And now we have the time for the 9.9 no-brainer. Today's 9.9 no-brainer is Once and Future, #1 of 6 out of Boom Studios. When a group of nationalists use an ancient artifact to bring a villain from Arthurian myth back from the dead to gain power, ex-monster hunter Bridget McGuire escapes her retirement home and pulls her unsuspecting grandson Duncan, a museum curator, into the world of magic and mysticism to defeat a legendary threat. Best-selling writer Kieron Gillen from The Wicked and The Divine and Star Wars, and Russ Manning award-winning artist Dan Mora from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Klaus explored the mysteries of the past, the complicated truths of our history, and the power of family to save the day. So, the reason why this is a 9.9 no-brainer is because, more so than the other one that already has some internet hype, this one has huge internet hype. It's already super popular, even before its release. Main reason that is because this is going to be the same writer as Die, the super successful series that was just recently released. This is already out of print, and not only that, but second prints are already in demand. This is, again, just like all the rest of the comics on today's list, a short run, only 6 of them coming out, and again, just like all the other ones, this is going to be a low print, so the increased rarity. And there's going to be a little heads up on this one because of its popularity and low print. Unless you've previously subbed to the book with us, due to its limited availability, everyone will be limited to 1 copy per person, and that's in store. So if you come in, store, you can only get 1 copy, unless of course you've already ordered with Matt. Let's say if you wanted 3, you're gonna get 3. If you ordered them, you'll be alright. And moving into those honorable mentions, we're going to start off with Marvel with the release of Absolute Carnage Scream #1, Absolute Carnage Separation Anxiety #1, which is currently on back order, so it's already got some hype, Age of Conan Valeria #1, Conan the Barbarian Exodus #1, Gwenpool Strikes Back #1, Immortal Hulk Director's Cut #1, a lot of #1s today, Swordmaster #2, Powers of X #2 doing great, Powers of X, House of X doing awesome, Star Wars Target Vader #2, Silver Surfer Black #3, and then Silver Surfer Prodigal Son #1. Moving into DC Comics, we're going to start off with Batman Universe #2, Catwoman #14, specifically for that Art Germ cardstock variant, and you'll be happy to know it is already out of print, so highly collectible. Event Leviathan #3, Flash #76, specifically for the Yasmin Patry cardstock variant, Supergirl #33, specifically for that Derek Chu cardstock variant, and then Titans Burning Rage #1. Then moving into Image Comics, we have Analog #7, Gideon Falls #16, such a great series, Reaver #2, Sonata #3, and then finishing it off with Unearth #2. Thank you for sticking with us this week. We would appreciate you to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Click that little bell so you get notifications when we go live, and expect us next week to deliver another top 5 to you. Have a good one, guys.